Alright, so I've decided that I'm gonna try a new video type. Plush reviews. Yeah. Alright, one second, let me get the guys for this video. We're gonna be reviewing my custom Glamrock plushies. Plus the daycare attendants, plus like a bunch of other ones. Now there are some characters that I left out, I believe, all the ruined characters. Yeah, so none of the ruined characters, and then none of the human characters, because I'm gonna be honest, none of them really are what I would want them to be, with, like, how I like having my customs now. They're not really up to that kind of standard, so I'm just not gonna review them here until I remake them. Anyways, with that being said, let's get into the review. Also, I'm going to make an exception for Glamrock Bonnie because, one, the not ruined design wasn't really in any of the games, and two, this design probably should have been. Anyways, now let's actually get into the review. So, weirdly enough, I actually am going to start with the daycare attendant plushes, because these are actually like the only ones that aren't custom, I believe. Yeah, these are the only ones that aren't custom. So we'll start with the sun half. Overall, like, first impressions, on just looking at this guy, he's really good. He is very accurate, and like, it's not like replicating the, in-game style, but it does, it's still a good plush. And I like that it actually is like more accurate to Sun and Moon in their like not merch forms. But yeah, very very good, and Moon is too. Only really like problems that I have with the Sun half is that, one, the sun rays tend to like that, and then also like they couldn't get this right. Actually, hold up, I forgot Eclipse. My version of Eclipse, slightly based off of that one minigame thing, where you see like how he has that. They don't have anything like that to like represent the panel. And like, I get it, these are supposed to be like cute little plush designs of it. But you'd think that because it's noticeable on the character, it would also be on the plush. And then for the Moon half, pretty much, yeah, just the same complaint with the back of his head. And then, actually, I forgot to mention this with both of them. Weirdly enough, this half of both of their heads has like a slightly scratchy material. Sun's is like, feels like less scratchy. I don't know if it's like specifically like the color they used for whatever fabric, like somehow like whatever they used to like get the color like affected the feel of it. But like either way, they're both still like scratchy. But yeah, other than that, these guys are amazing, and I love that like they are really embroidered with like all the details on the face and stuff. So yeah, only thing that I think definitely like even Funko should have had was just like have like one of those little like string like hook things on the back. That way you could like hang them up on your wall or something like they do in the daycare in the game. And then I guess while I've got him down, I guess I'll throw in Eclipse real quick here. I think he's pretty good. Obviously, I've had to upgrade him over time with like these yellow outlines to make him look more like one of these two. His shoes are simplified because when I made him, I knew that there was no way I was going to be able to make those shoes. And he's got this, so that's one area that I'm definitely not complaining about. His rays do kind of do the same thing that Sun's did, but they do it less. So I'm glad that I managed to kind of fix that. And then the hands aren't like exactly like them, and the legs obviously don't move. But for like how, like, the quality of my customs when I made this guy, he is, like, perfect. So, we'll just set him over there, and then we'll get on to the next ones. Okay, so, real quickly, I'm going to throw this in here because this is one plush that I did not like a lot. Like even compared to the Glam Rocks, I feel like is pretty bad. This thing. First of all, flip the sides. Like, just flip the sides. Like, why would you have moons have to be this side? I don't know who designed this, but they did a bad job. And then that's not even mentioning, is that the color that side of Moon's face is? No. And you might think, oh well, they got suns, right? No, they didn't. I hate this thing. And then the embroidery isn't accurate either. Like, I know it's like for somebody who just likes the characters, or just like likes the merch, probably doesn't care. I care. I love this character. I love the design, and I hate that they did this to it. Also, I swear, I don't know what it is with this one, but I swear the rays bend more on this one. This thing would be perfect if it weren't for the fact that I got the colors wrong. They put the wrong character on the wrong sides of it. I hate it. Get this thing out of here. Alright, now I'm going to do the main 4 of Security Breach. Starting off with Freddy. Oh wait, hold up. I'm going to reposition myself. This is kind of uncomfortable. So there was one time that I redid these because I didn't like how I did them originally. And while they still don't look the best, they look alright. For the most part, I feel like I got all the details that I wanted perfectly. Only things I would really redo if I decided to would probably be fixing these up so that this goes like all the way to the mouth. And then redoing the earring because it's got like, for some reason, instead of like either cutting out the space or just like leaving it solid red, I decided to do that. And I kind of regret doing it because it looks like trash looking back on it. So, yeah, get them out of there. Alright, next up, we got Glamour Chica. Not really that many change. Oh, wait, hold up. There actually is one other thing that I want to do alongside these guys. Instruments. Freddy doesn't have an instrument. He has a microphone. There. Okay, I'm just kidding. So, well, I haven't done it in videos yet. Yes, the microphone is removable. The stand, I think I had to like redo it a few times so that it would actually like stand. I'm not gonna be able to get that back in there with one hand, but yeah. The base doesn't have any cardboard in it, so it does flop over. So I might do like put cardboard in the base. Anyways, back to Glam Rock Chica. Not really any changes. Really, the only things that made it look bad were that, like, you know, it didn't have the lipstick, shoulder pads, or the earrings. So, pretty much I just made it look more like Chica than just, like, a generic chicken in, like, a generic workout, like, outfit thing. So, yeah. Alright, now Monty, and also quickly throwing in Chica's instrument because I forgot again. So, pretty happy with this thing. I redid it. I don't know where the old ones all ended up because, yes, I had other versions of all the instruments and they looked kind of bad, so I redid them to be a million times more detailed and a million times better. Only problem is that with all the, like, string instruments, is that since, like, the pieces of felt are cut so thin, they tend to stretch out and like tear, so I have to constantly replace them or glue them down. So I might end up replacing them with like actual string or something, but for now they work. They look good in videos, and as long as I don't get too close and you can tell that the strings are loose, it doesn't get too bad. Anyways, we have my 2 Monty plushes. We got Monty, and we have Monty without his glasses. They're both pretty good. Monty was actually, I would say, one of the better, one of, like, more accurate Funko plushes. Really, only things that they missed were, again, these. which all the characters have, but I just decided to keep it to Freddy and Monty because, well, and Glamrock Bonnie, because those were really the only characters that it, like, felt like it should have been part of the design. Because, like, while the other characters have it, it doesn't really, like, feel like it's part of their design and more of just, like, the animatronic thing. Whereas with these characters, it actually, like, feels like it's supposed to be there. But anyways, I replaced the stomach, obviously, because it was, like, a weird green color instead of yellow. Both of them have a newer belt buckle because the other one, I don't know, I just didn't like it. I did marker on this one, which I didn't with that one, obviously, because I didn't like it when I did that one. You know, they've got the shoulder pads, they've both got the arm spike bracelet things. I redid their mohawks because obviously the original ones looked like trash because Funko doesn't know how to, apparently didn't know how to make plushies when they released this wave, and they also didn't know how to wait. So honestly, if you ask me, they shouldn't have gotten their license back. Anyways, obviously only really main difference between these two is that, well, actually, you can't tell. I at least I don't think you can, but this is actually one of my old Scratchy Monties, which the arms are replaced. Also, if you also couldn't tell for that, I redid the entire face because for these, which I actually use for Glamrock Bonnie, but you know, they can also go on this guy, even though I don't really need them to. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with these guys. Probably really the only thing I would do if I, like, updated either of them, which I wouldn't update this guy because he's, like, fairly new compared to all the other Glamrocks. Well, not all of them. There are some that are actually newer than him, but really the only thing is that I would do is replace this one with a belt buckle that doesn't have the Sharpie on it. And then next up, we got Roxy. This one actually did get upgraded already from, like, the original upgrades. You know, it's got the shoulder pads, all the details it used to have. It's got the tail that they didn't give her, even though they know how to give them tails. Anyways, other than that, it's got lipstick, it's got better hair, it's got the earrings. This one has more earrings. I also did that stupid thing where I, like, Sharpied them. Again, I don't know why I did that. For some reason, I did, like, this weird, like, grayish color for the hair originally, which I don't know how I ended up doing that, because the reference images that I used didn't even have gray hair. It's got a little, like, green hair strand. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, and then, obviously, like, going back with all those guys too, comparing these guys to the originals, even if they're not, like, the best, like fixed versions of these guys, they're still a million times better than what Funko did. So yeah. I forgot the instruments again. Here's Roxy's instrument. Again, very detailed, very good. No really problems with it, I think. Other than, like, a small lack of detail on the back, which doesn't matter, and all of these guys have, because, like, you know, they're only seen from the front ever. Like, why would they hold the instrument like that in a scene? That'd just be stupid. And the other instrument right here, where I put, oh, there it is. Technically Bonnie's and Monty's, but, here's their instrument. Really good. Again, there was a problem with the string. Again, I will try my best to fix it, but it works for what I need it for. Anyways, next up we have Glamrock Bonnie. Good plush, bad colors, and did not do a good job at scaling him to the other guys. Like, hold up, let me get Freddy. This is them, like, right next to each other. This dude, like, it doesn't really, like, look like it from, like, a distance, but if you, like, look at their limbs and stuff, like, it's just, like, big. So, I would say if I remade this guy, I would probably, like, fix that. But I'm not going to, for a reason we'll get into later. He's got his glasses here. They're pretty good. There's, like, a little bit of Monty's lime green. Speaking of which, this is where I got the glasses from, which is why his entire face is torn up and I had to seal it back up with lime green felt. Only really, like, problem that I have that I kind of messed up with while doing this is that you can see the pipe cleaners I put in there so the glasses could, like, bend and stuff. Although it's not, like, the worst thing in the world, it is a little annoying for me. But yeah, other than, like, the fact that the dark blue is completely off, he's not that bad. He's got bendable ears. His mouth is a little bit bad compared to, like, how good the mouths I make for these characters are now. His eyes also aren't, like, the same as the rest of the glam rocks. I don't know why I did that. So, all in all, not the worst. At least, like, not this in, like, its new bigger body. Not the worst thing I've ever made, because obviously there was a original smaller one that was awful. I'm not even gonna try to dig out the old body. I'm pretty sure I threw it away. And then next up, you know what? I'm gonna do these guys next. We have the wet floor bot. Pretty good. I plan on starting to remake the staff bots, like, once I have extra materials, because if you look, there's a lot of, like, uneven, like, cuts. There's rough edges right here. It's not, like, straight lines and stuff. And then there's also the fact that I used to use a lot of pipe cleaners with these guys to give them, like, joints and stuff, like with this guy, where I could have simply done some kind of, like, small, like, tube or something, or just, like, straight up attach these like this, or just anything else but the pipe cleaners. I used pipe cleaners. Not something I like to do anymore, because I try to, keep consistent with these guys, and they don't use pipe cleaners, obviously. I mean, some of my characters, like, if they have, like, longer ears, like rabbits do, I put pipe cleaners in, because that is the one area where I think pipe cleaners or some kind of, like, bendable thing should be necessary. But yeah, especially with, like, the staff bots and stuff, there's a lot of, like, uneven, like, edges here. Like, if you look at the ears, it's very, like, misshapen. Not the worst from a distance, though. Like, it definitely looks like the characters, although it does get a little bit less with the staff bot. I don't know why I, like, made their bodies like this. And also the fact that I tried to support his entire body with, like, a pipe cleaner, and that being the only thing, attaching this to this, not the best idea, because now he does this, and I have to, like, lean him up against walls. But, in accuracy to, like, the games, he's not that far off. I think he's, like, a little bit stylized with, like, down here, obviously. And I would say the same for the map bot, although I did kind of screw up the, like, head shape on this one. I don't know what I did. So yeah, they're pretty good for the time I made them, but definitely compared to the customs I'm making now, not that good. And then we're gonna do Vanny. Now, Vanny is probably one of my favorites. Like, other than the whiskers, I think this is, like, exactly how I'd want my Vanny plush to look for, like, forever. It's got the mouth basically perfect. It's got the tooth. I did some of the, like deep red patches, like the red and blue checker thing. And then I believe I made like cuts in the sides here so that I could bend the ears from within it somehow. I don't remember how I did that. I just remember that I did. So yeah, because if I remember correctly, Vanny's got her ears like this. I don't do them like that. I just have like them both bent and one slightly more bent. Uh, Pretty good. Only thing I would redo on this thing is like the whiskers, and then other than that, perfect plush. And then next up we have the shattered animatronic, starting off with Monty's legs. So I did make some minor changes to this guy a little bit ago. Like I replaced one of his like purple feet with like a endoskeleton part because I was looking at the model for the legs and I realized he's got that. And then he also has like some minor withering here because he also has that. And I just covered up the hole with this. Other than that, didn't really do anything about this. Originally it was literally just Monty's legs, but with this covering the hole. And then speaking of Monty's legs, we have Monty. This guy I did not take the glasses from. I just like put the eyes straight onto the head. I did redo all my shattered animatronics a little while ago because I did not like the original ones. I don't think I have any pictures of them. Anyways, I think I messed up a little bit on the mohawk. Like the shape's a little off from the other ones. The eyes, obviously, I completely did myself, and I'm glad that they turned out this well. He's got like the thing in his face, which I actually redid. Like if you look there, you can tell that there's 2 layers of felt there. He's got like this weird like spike thing, which originally I just had as a flat piece because for some reason I was like, but he shouldn't have that weird like spine thing or whatever it is in there. And then I realized, oh, he does have that there. So even though I don't like it there, I don't really get to have that choice if I want accuracy. He's got the shoulder pads, the missing arm, that's an endo arm. Obviously, he's got the yellow stomach instead of the green one. Freaking Funko getting the designs wrong again. I glued the tag back on because they were attached to his legs, and I moved it up to there. So that way, like, the actual plush had it. Because I didn't want this to have it, because I don't like have it in videos anyways. And then next up is Shattered Chica. Probably the best of the remade Shattereds, which is funny because I think that Shattered Chica was actually the worst out of the original Shattereds. I replaced the eye here. I don't remember why I ended up doing that. I think it was like I messed up on the original one or something. I'm not. Oh wait, I remember now. It was so that I could do the eye like that. Yeah, that was why. And then it's got the endo mouth. It's got the whole, all the like cracks and withering and stuff are really good. For this one, I actually decided to keep the earrings short. I think it was because on the original one they were like really long. I cut them down, but I cut them down too far, and like I'm not really bothered by how short they are compared to the other one because, I mean, within my story, they're separate characters now, kind of, anyways. And then I replace, the main chunk of the arm here with, like, the endo one. And I think it's really good, especially because around that time was when I was still trying to perfect, like, the arm, like, doing the arms. So, yeah, definitely very good. And then, of course, it's got, like, the eyelids and stuff because her like eyes are all damaged. And then I think I drew some like cracks on her hair there. I don't know if it's the same stuff on the new plush, but like I don't know if it's like something that happened to this piece, but like I swear it just collects so much like hair and stuff. Like this one doesn't do that as much. It's just this one. I don't know what it is. And then next up we have Shattered Roxy. So it's got like the rib things. This arm I feel like I messed up on just a little bit, but I think it's pretty good. Only thing I really don't like about this, the like fixed up version of my Shattered Roxy, is that the hair doesn't look that good. Mostly because I used scraps from the original hair of both of the Roxys. And then also the ears. I feel like the ears kind of turned out bad. Because I figured I'll just cut into them and that'll turn out good, but it really did not. There are some where like some minor like missing, like there was almost a hole right here because I didn't make this piece big enough, so I had to add a little bit back there. But other than that, it's pretty good, and she's upset. She's upset. She's angry. Well, emo and depressed after after her face got shattered. So yeah, obviously she's got all the cracks and stuff all over her body. She's got the shoulder pads, just like else. And then, not really a shattered character, but kind of. A decapitated Freddy head. This one actually does have the earring right, which I'm glad that I at least got that one right. His little, like, things here are a little bit better than the other one. It's pretty much just exactly what I did with that guy, but, like, just a teensy bit better on, there. This custom was actually originally Upgrade Freddy, but I decided that I wanted to have, like, the Ruin, like, prototype Freddy body thing. Obviously, I'm not showing that off in this video, because that's a Ruin character, and we're doing, Security Breach. And while, Ruin is a Security Breach, like, DLC thing, it's kind of like it's, like, small, its own, like, small, little, tiny game. And then, anyways, next up, we have Burn Trap. The head is taken from the original custom, at least, like, the top half of it is. The original custom was actually made right over a bootleg Springtrap, so if you look, you can still see some of those parts. So, yeah. Ears are, like, there's a few things that I think I messed up on the ears, but they're still pretty good. I might redo the teeth just because they got a little messed up because they're, like, the bootleg plushie and not, like, little, like, new teeth that I put over it. And then, he's got, like, the purple skull. He's got his body, which, I think the original one was, like, more gray, but I decided to go with more red because on the design, it kind of looks more like there's, like, flesh than endoskeleton. And also, I was out of gray at the time, but we don't talk about that because nobody needs to know. I'm cutting corners here. Anyways, yeah, pretty good plush. I'm gonna fix these guys up real quick. I'll be back. There, now they're all organized. Anyways, we have probably one of the, like, most popular Security Breach customs to make, other than Burn Trap and probably the Blob. Speaking of which, not making the Blob. I don't have any use for it, and it would just be a waste of felt to make such a big character that's just not gonna appear. Even though I kind of already did that, but shut up. I designed the character. I wanted to do something cool with it, even if it was only for, like, a little bit. Anyways, DJ Music Man. What's the point I was getting to? DJ Music Man. Every DJ Music Man custom turns out great. I don't care how amateur of a custom plush maker you are, your DJ Music Man probably looks good because he's a really easy, really big, really, like, simple character to make, even for beginners. Especially since, like, a lot of his shapes are so simple. Like, his arms are just tubes. His body's just basically a rectangle. These ends should actually be more round, but shut up. Speaker, he's got headphones, and I don't have wires in his legs, but I do plan on doing that in the future, and maybe stuffing them just a tiny bit. I also might redo the mouth, because I feel like it's just a little too small. Other than that, custom turned out great. Probably one of my newest Security Breach customs, because one, I was running out of characters to make, and two, I needed to slow down, because, like, I think the only, like, game of custom characters that if I like actually make all the characters I want to is going to turn out bigger will be AR, FNAF World, and maybe Pizzeria Simulator if I decide to make a bunch of characters from that. But anyways, we're gonna stuff this guy over here so we can get to the final character. And I know you're probably wondering, you're like, who's the final character? You've shown us all the characters that have appeared in your videos that are from Security Breach. Who could be left? Who could be left? There's just nobody left. You already said you're not doing the human characters, and every other character's right here. What you doing? What you making? So, remember how I said that my other Glamrock Bonnie was inaccurate with color? Yes, I made a new Glamrock Bonnie. He's probably going to appear in, like, the next video or something. Maybe I'll have, like, a plot about him changing. You know, not just, like, randomly change him like I do with other characters. These are obviously the glasses I showed off earlier. They're not, like, new ones. I actually, like, literally made this character, like, a few hours before I recorded this. You know, he's got his instrument, which was the one I showed off earlier. This thing looks, about, like, well, better than the upgraded, Glamrocks that I made. And it's very, very game accurate. I think the only thing that isn't is, like, the purple, because it should actually be blue, but I actually like the purple. Because, you know, there was, like, the whole debate about how Bonnie is purple and not blue. And since Bonnie is blue now, I figured instead of just having the dark blue, and also because I need it for other customs, I would do a purple instead. A purple that was close enough to the blue where it wouldn't really matter that it changed. But to where I could still save on blue. And also, you know, have people not be upset about the fact that this guy is blue and not purple. Because there's some purple on him. So, yeah. I mean, people wouldn't be upset about, at me about him not being purple. But, you know, at least this thing has some purple so that, you know, it's like a, you know, a little callback to back in, like, what, the second and, like, the second and fourth games, I believe, were the last ones where he was purple. I think the first one to break the trend was Toy Bonnie, and then it was Bon Bon, who was the first one, like, the first game that was entirely without a purple Bonnie, like, just any purple Bonnies. I mean, obviously Toy Bonnie was blue, but there was also Wither Bonnie. I'm rambling on. Anyways, so, yeah, oh, man, I've just realized I forgot the highlights in the eyes. Okay, in the other video, he'll have the highlights. But anyways, yeah, there's, hold on, let me fix the DJ so you can get a better final shot. Yeah, there we go, much better. Anyways, so that's the entire review of these characters. If this video does well, I'll probably do reviews of other characters, obviously in smaller collections, because I just wanted to do all these guys in one video because there's, like, such a large amount of them that I just wanted to make it all one video. So that way I didn't have to make, like, 5 million videos just to review all of these characters. Because I didn't need to review them, like, in sets of, like, 2 or, like, 4. When I could have just reviewed them all together. You know, so if you want this guy. But, he's too ugly to be in the final shot. So we're just gonna have these guys. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I definitely enjoyed making it. Because while I enjoy making the videos, I don't always have the time to make the episodes of the FNAF show, so sometimes I have to do little fun things like this. So, thanks for watching. I hope this does well, and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.